It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning. It's time for the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectenwell, and this is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies. Having a good morning?
So far, so good. There's plenty of morning left, though, that could change that.
Yeah, it is a little bit early. Yeah. But for your day's half over, you've been up so long.
I know. I'm an early bird. I like it. I like getting up in the mornings early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a sleeping kind of guy in the mornings.
If I can get to bed by 1 or 1:30 and get out of bed at 6, I'm a happy camper.
Oh, see, that's plenty of sleep.
As happy as I get.
That's plenty of sleep.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Hey, we need to take a look at the weather this morning, brought to you by Bob and Linda's Door. We actually need to do the morning prayer. Well, I'm rushing right on through this
Apparently.
Well, we've got a special guest this morning, and he's got to run quick, so I was kind of abbreviating the show.
I got you.
Would you like to do the morning prayer?
No, you go right ahead. You're already lined up with it. I'll let you go.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. 29 locations serve you, one in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, is not just their motto, it's how you will be treated by them. Renata Jenkins Byler and their staff all across the state of Arkansas do a wonderful job in your time of need. Just give them a call. Now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for the days that you've given us, and our weather is getting back to normal, and we appreciate that. We've had some rain and the grass is changing. The wildlife is running freely, and it's just a great time to live in the Ozarks. Lord, as things change and people get prepared for school, we just pray that you'll be with our administration and our teachers. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with the people of the school district as they go to vote yes or no for this millage increase that's being asked for. It's a need, not a want. We just pray that you'll touch the people of the school district and make this happen. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen. Now, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with a look at the weather.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. And they present us with a view of the White River every morning, and today's a good one. Mm-hmm. What you're looking at is a shot back into Carter, Arkansas from Marion County, Arkansas. Over to your left is the Rainbow Bridge. Way, way off in the distance at about 11 o'clock is Missouri, and that knob that you see there is in Missouri. The old Witch's Hat water tower is at about 1 o'clock. The Railroad Museum, the baseball fields, it's just a beautiful, beautiful shot presented by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team. RetiredArkansas.net is their website. You can take a look at these live cam views. Live enough. See that bird cut across there? That's one of my favorite shots right there. You can actually see that the river's moving. The river's down right now. They quit generating like they were, and things have kind of gotten back a little bit to normal. But give them a call. Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. Realtors you can recommend to your friends. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to meet someone new. Let's take a look at the weather, Scooter. Temperatures around the area: Mountain Home 75, Harrison 75, Batesville 77, along with Yellville at 77. Marshall is 72, Salem 75, Mountain View 72, Calico Rock 75. West Plains, Missouri is 75, Springfield 76, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 77, and St. Louis 75. Looking at the radar, it's pretty naked. Oh, there it is. A little bit of rain up north in Michigan and Wisconsin. Not a whole lot of things happening in the state of Arkansas. Just going to zoom in to see if there's anything hiding here. But the wide pass didn't pick up. Still looks pretty clear If you're traveling the state of Arkansas, it looks pretty clear for you all across. Rainfall accumulation. Let's see. I don't even know where that's at. Looks like California.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep, California.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't affect
Oregon,
us. It
doesn't
just
bother
means that
us.
there's no warnings there.
Ain't no warnings in this area.
Not for rain.
Except heat.
Yes.
Have a heat advisory back in effect for the state of Arkansas. About 2/3 of the state is covered by the advisory. Baxter County is in that heat advisory zone. 7-day forecast, sunny, then slight chance of thunderstorms today, 20% chance, high of 97, low tonight, 73. Thursday, high of 88. That's going to be nice. High of 88 tomorrow, 50% chance of thunderstorms. Chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night, low of 73. High on Friday, 89. Friday night, 74. Saturday, 88. 20% chance of rain. Clear on Saturday night, 72. High on Sunday of 93. Next Monday, going to be back in the 90s at 91, and Tuesday also. Pollen. Tree pollen today, none. Tomorrow, none. Friday, none. Check with us tomorrow. It'll be different. Grass pollen today, moderate. None tomorrow, low on Friday. Ragweed, none, none, and none. Lake levels, Lake Norfolk, 560.32, which is 8.32 above full pool. The generation report has not been updated since the 1st, so we're not going to talk about that. Lake Bull Shoals, 667.72, 8.72 above full pool of 659. Please check the generation report before you go. That number is 870-431-5311. Give them a call, see how the water's flowing, and make sure you're safe on the rivers. That's the weather and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. RetiredToArkansas.net is their website. Go check them out. We'll be back with the Mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams, in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Mayor Hillrey Adams, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm good, Bob. It's to be in here and get a chance to come in after we had a nice rain over the weekend and got a little relief from all that hot weather. That's
Got a little color back at the parks.
got a little color in the park, got a little color in their yards, got a little fresh air. So sure it's going to warm back up and get that way again. But that was a welcome relief this past
Yes, it
weekend.
was. And high tomorrow supposed to be 88. Friday's May 89. It's going to be a nice,
Bob,
cool weekend.
Sat there at home Saturday and watched that rain, and we had that big ragdoll game planned Saturday night, and the rain just kept on. I'm sitting there watching radar. Surely we're going to get this ball game in, and it could not have been a more perfect evening to be at McLean Park on Freedom Field. And the air, it just felt great, very comfortable out there. At least for those of us who weren't playing.
Right.
We're just there watching.
I heard you umpired. So.
I was an umpire, yeah. It looks like I may have found a new calling there. They've already approached me about doing it next year, and we're trying to negotiate a little better payment schedule for that.
At least 2 snow cones.
Yeah, Bob, but here's the thing that was about that. I go to a lot of games out there. I've sat and talked to you out there a few times. I don't know if I've ever seen that many people out there as there was Saturday night. That place was covered up.
You couldn't find a place to park.
No, they were all there to support the fire and police department in an effort to raise money for 2 special groups here in town, Grandma's House and Laddie Robertson family.
Let me ask you a question about that.
Stuff.
As the mayor, the chief executive of Mountain Home, how does that make you feel when 2 of your officers, firemen and a police officer, come to you and say, hey, we want to do this, and it turns out to be such a good success? How does that make you feel as the mayor?
Well, it makes you very proud of those people. We know we got good people that work all across the city. We got people that work all across the city that are just doing a job to provide the best service possible, whatever part of the city it is they work in, and they just want to take care of the people in Mountain Home. For a couple of guys to go out and start something like they did the other night, that lets us know also, Bob, that those are people who care a lot about the community. It's more than just a job to them. They care about the community, and we live in an area, and we've known this for many years, where there's always been a lot of good people here that would help out through charitable organizations. And to see a couple of young folks like the 2 that really spearheaded this project, Jared Medina down at the PD and Tommy Felicia at the fire department, to see some of those young guys get involved and see that need, that tells me that they've been trained well. They recognize what's needed in the community, and all they want to do is help. The fire and police departments are on duty 24/7, every day of the year, to serve the people of Mountain Home in time of need. But then they go out there and spend a weekend like this, and they put a lot of work into this deal. For 2, maybe 3 weeks, as they had time off, they've been going up there at that field and practicing, and it was 100 degrees out there the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And I thought, guys, I wouldn't be that serious about getting out there and trying to get prepared for a game, but they did. They put a lot of work into it. They got a lot of people in the community involved. The Cruisers Car Club, I believe it's called. They had some food trucks there. They had other things going on. And by the time that event was over and we got out there Saturday night, there were numerous people that had already contacted me, and I'm sure some of the firefighters or police. What do we have to do to get involved in that next year? How can we make it bigger and better? And that is coming back. The only thing I ask for them in coming back is maybe they not do it the last week in July when we run the risk of it being 100 degrees. We got lucky this Saturday.
You did that.
We really did. But I looked around there once, and that place was full. The bleachers were full, and all the area where people come in and sit in their lawn chairs, between the dugout and the bleachers was packed. And, people standing out around the fences and stuff. And they raised a little over $4,200 that night for those 2 charities. And so I'm very proud of what they did in their efforts.
Absolutely.
In doing so.
Hats off to those guys and the community for showing up to support it.
You bet you right there. And pretty much anytime you do something like that around here, people come out and watch it. And it was good entertainment, a lot of fun out there. We found out some of them old boys can really still.
They can still spank it.
I don't know. They park an ambulance a lot of times at those games right out there in that left field fence right along the highway. That way they're ready to roll down 6th Street. And Alan Salas out there at Ultimate Auto Group was up there in Central Heating and Air had sponsored a 50-50 drawing. So Alan's running around through there with a mic and talking in between innings, and he found a paramedic that was on that ambulance. And he challenged her. He said, look, she had an ambulance out there. If that gets hit by a softball or one goes over, what's it worth to you? $20. It cost her $60 to leave the park that night because the ambulance got hit. Lyle Huchman put one over the ambulance into the road, and somebody else put one right in front of it. So that's just the way people participate, you know, and make those events possible, Bob.
Good time had by one and all.
Everybody had a lot of fun. You know, there was a couple of calls they wanted to argue with the umpire at first base, and we settled that fair and square. And
how fair and square was it?
Well, it was kind of like I told one of the coaches, it was my way or the highway. He could go back to the dugout or he could leave, you know, but that's the way I saw the call. And that was the way it was going to be.
Pretty open-minded, were you?
But I did tell him if he had any more arguments that night, rather than come all the way from the third base dugout to first, if he'd just yell, I'd meet him at the pitcher's mound. He wouldn't have to run near as far, you know, over there. But everybody had a good time that night and enjoyed it. And, you know, just families were out there. A lot of people that were playing, you know, wives and children were out there, and everybody's had a great time.
Good time. I know that's not the only thing you wanted to talk about this morning, but I wanted to make sure that the guys, both departments, got plenty of recognition for what they did and how well it came off.
Yeah,
so
they did.
What else you got over there?
Well, you know, we're right in the middle of, and I know Enoch's been in here and talked to y'all from the Parks Department. I just want to remind everybody, the city will be putting on a soccer season this year down at Raystall Soccer Complex. We'll be handling soccer just like we do baseball and softball. We've got registrations open now at the youth center. You can go contact the youth center to get signed up. We've got prices are the same as they've always been and under TLSA. They actually have scheduled at this time a coaches clinic on August 30th and 31st. They're going to do player evaluations for those who have signed up on September 6th and September the 8th, and we're planning on starting play on September the 24th. You can contact the youth center at 424-7275. You can also get on the city website, go to the Parks Department page, and there'll be a link there to get to youth soccer and sports. So we'll be taking care of that soccer league down there at the complex this year, and we've already got some sponsors signed up. We'll be looking for more. You know, we're going to do this player evaluation very similar to what we do in baseball and softball, and try to get the coaches into after the evaluations are done into sorting the teams out based on skill levels, so if there's not a some teams have some really talented aggressive players and some that have that kid that's never played or experienced before. Our idea in doing these type of sports, Bob, from the city is we want to get as many kids involved as we can. It's a pure recreation thing. It's an opportunity for those kids that may not have had an opportunity to get out and play some sport, be it soccer, baseball, softball, maybe even basketball could be on the horizon. But, you know, there's so many kids that, you know, the parents played ball, and they may get out in the yard and play pitch with them or shoot baskets or stuff, but there's a lot of kids that don't have that opportunity. And if we can get that kid exposed to it and get that child to like a sport of some kind, you know, it may keep them from making some bad decisions later on. It could get them involved in some sports that as they get older, next thing you know, they could be participating at a high school level, a junior high, or even farther. Not every kid's going to have that chance, but we don't want to leave any behind. And by doing what we do and providing a pure recreation program, we want them to be out there and have fun. And when they leave that soccer complex and walk off, we want them to say, boy, it was a fun time today. I like playing with Johnny. And hopefully learn something about the game as well. We've got some people that are going to be coaching that know the game and know a lot more about it. But get those kids down there, get them out of the house, get them away from the front of the television or the computer screen, and get them out. A couple things we're looking to do a little bit different this year, and I think it'll help some for parents to know. In the past, soccer has basically been a Saturday morning event. We've got that complex down there that's not hardly used at all except for those Saturday morning. It's got lights down there. So our plan this year, and we'll wait until we see, Bob, how many folks sign up, but given enough registrations, we may play like during the week some, say Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, possibly. You know, it may be 1-2 games a night. We don't know now. It's strictly going to be number driven. But if we do that, maybe we won't have to have everybody down there on Saturday, because there are people that want their kids to play soccer, but they also want that Saturday off occasionally to maybe go watch a Razorback football game or something like that. Well, you got soccer going on, kind of messes that up a little bit. So we're going to try to take and play more days a week and rotate that schedule some. So maybe if Bob's got a team, he doesn't have to play every Saturday. Maybe this week he has a Monday, Tuesday game and nothing on Saturday, and make it a little bit more flexible for people, and do that, and have the lights on down there. That's what they're down there for. Turn them on and play a little bit after dark down there.
You know, it'll be a great thing to get a good number of youth back playing not only soccer but all the other sports.
All others, yeah.
Everything's gotten so competitive, and everybody wants to have a travel team. Everybody wants to do, you know, a challenge league instead of just a recreational league. At one time, I know that soccer was 450 kids, and youth football was 300 kids, and those numbers aren't there right now in either sport.
And you know, ours in baseball and softball the last 2 years have gone up. We're not back to where they were 20 years ago, with that, no doubt. But we've had positive increases the last 2 years, and so what we're doing and see, one of the things that helps us doing it, Bob, from the city perspective, is we got staff. We've got people at the youth center that are sitting there, the program coordinators, Enoch and Andrew, that can handle the administrative part of it, the scheduling, the you know, as far as the games, the registration, recruiting sponsors and stuff. That's what they do. And a lot of these different organizations that have done wonderful jobs over the year of taking care of these programs, you have a tendency okay, next year who's going to help? You know, Bob and Scooter did it this year, and Scooter's boy's gone, and he's riding off in sense of where do you get your help at next year? And so those have a way of declining, and it becomes a lot more of a challenge sometimes for people to have the necessary help to do everything that is involved.
In order to have longevity in a league and the continuity of a league, you've got to have a core base of people that can run the back scene. And with the youth center and the people over there, like you say, you've got that, and all you need is the coaches that will come in and go out.
That's right.
Kids graduate out of the program.
I had a guy.
You've got to have that core.
I had a man come to me yesterday morning. He played high school soccer here in town. I think he told me, I believe he might have played a year or two of some college soccer. and he'd heard about what we're doing. He said, hey, I just want to coach. I just want to help. And, you know, we can find those people, and you're exactly right. Let the city handle the backside piece of it. And we get the fields ready and prepped, and let our volunteers in be the ones that get out there and take care of the coaching and stuff. And I think too, Bob, by spreading it out like we're going to do, there'll be more opportunity. Let's say maybe not every field's used every night. So if you want to go out there and have a practice, as a coach, spend an extra hour or so with your kids, you know, you're free to go down there and do that, you know. There'll be a lot of more opportunities this way.
Yeah, and if the lights are going to be on down there and your team's not playing in a game, why not have a practice that night?
That's right.
7:25, we're going to take a quick break. Mary Hillrey Adams is with us this morning. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. This morning our guest is Mayor Hillrey Adams, City of Mountain Home. I know you've got lots of things going on, and we don't have a lot of time this morning because you've got to leave a little bit early, but what's the next hottest thing on your list?
Well, we have started the demo of Cliffs Willette Park. That's the baseball complex, for those who don't know. That involves turning one field around and getting all those fields ready for the upgrades that they're getting this fall.
What field are they turning around?
The one that was next to the concession stand. You know, the home plate was away from the concession stand. You had the two down below.
Right.
And then you went up.
The next one
level.
up.
And home plate was way back there in the corner. We're rotating that field. Home plate will be right there by that pavilion now. So you're going to have three of them, kind of like a little triplex instead of a quad. and that eliminated the T-ball field. And then T-ball will now go back to the adult softball like we did this year, and that entire field's going to be turfed. So we will play 3 T-ball games at a time on that field. And, you know, that way we don't have to keep the kids out there as late at night.
Mm-hmm.
We can probably get by with like a 5:30 game and a 6:30, and, you know, I don't know the exact times or how that works. Ain't letting them do all that.
Are you going to fence that then?
Oh yeah, it'll be fenced.
Where would the adult softball go?
The adult softball's still going to be there. It's all going to be turfed, and for T-ball, you throw down bases, and we did it this year and had 3 games going on the oval softball field. So that field will get a complete turf on it. We can use it for T-ball, adult softball, kickball, whatever, soccer practice, football. A lot of things could be on that field, you know. It's actually, we're pushing it out 10 feet. We're building up the outfield ledge, and moved all the light posts, took all them down, so the field, but you know, that field dropped down real steep there.
Mm-hmm.
You had that
home plate,
back
yeah.
that hill, so we're redoing that, pushing it out, and then we'll have a nice access down to it that's handicap accessible and stuff, with some better parking back in there, and to get to that. And then the Babe Ruth field, you know, it'll get one of those backstop walls with a net system, and it'll get turfed. The only field that's a complete turf is adult softball. All the rest of them are infields only. So we're out there working right now. We've got a lot of fencing down so the guys can get in there and work. And it looks like we could be, the bid packages are out for the block work for the backstop walls. If we can get that contractor in there and get those backstop walls up, say by the end of August, there's a possibility. Right now, the turf contractor is scheduled to be back here October 1, and they'll start turfing all the fields at Callista Willette. And so we'll have the overhauls at Callista Willette done by the time spring ball comes around next year. And facelift there.
If people don't know, they need to just go to City Hall, get a map of the parks, and just drive and see the improvements that are being made. It's happening quick, and it's happening good. It's really nice.
Keller, we're almost done with that. Rag ball starts out there next Monday, the 8th. Billy Drew and that group that do the rag ball league, they'll start playing next Monday night. 2 of the fields are finished with lights. 2 of the fields are finished, but the lights aren't yet. So Billy and them may have to play some shortened games or an extra now of the week. We don't know, but the contractors are working real fast to get those done, but it probably won't happen by next week. So they'll have to, you know, but we still got a little bit of time before it starts getting real dark early on them too. So
I see you got a bunch of dirt over at the all-inclusive park.
Yeah.
And you put your parking pedestals up so folks can't run the cars into the
we got
playground.
those park pedestals up. The dirt you see there, we just got some landscape cleanup to do around there and some fine tuning to do, and we'll get to that as soon as we can, you know. But it won't be long that'll happen right there.
And that doesn't mean they can't be used.
Oh no,
people
it's
can
used
use
every
that
day.
park. I've gone by there several times, and there's people there.
It's amazing to go up there daytime at 7 o'clock yesterday morning. I saw a mom and 4 or 5 kids up there yesterday morning. I guess she was trying to tire them out and take them home and put them back to bed or something. But
it's nice and cool at 7 o'clock in the morning.
It's very, very much used, that playground. And I actually had a lady the other day. Somehow it got to me through one of the council members, I believe. She had drove over an hour from here, Bob, up in Missouri, and had a child in a wheelchair. And she put that child in that wheelchair swing, and you could hear that young boy screaming and laughing and enjoying himself. And she sent that to someone on the council. That child had never, ever been in a swing.
Wow.
And it looked age-wise 10, 12, 13-year-old. It's hard for me to judge that very well. But to think that there's kids that have never had that opportunity. And she drove down here. All I know is north of the state line, and she was about an hour from here up in Missouri somewhere. So it's bringing people here and it's getting used.
And that is an awesome thing.
No doubt. Great thing for us up there, and we really enjoy having that up there.
Several street projects going on right now. You got your sewer project going down Hickory Street. What about your park concerts?
There's a couple more left. August the 20th, Ricky's got a group called Dial Up that'll be there. I want to say they're like an 80, 90 type cover band, you know. I haven't heard them, but I've heard some good stuff about them. In fact, Kerry Inskeep, I saw Kerry this week and his wife, and they were real excited because they had that same band play at their daughter's wedding. At least what she told me a year or so ago. So they were pretty excited. They said that's going to be a really good show on the 20th. And then September 3rd, which will be Labor Day weekend. And all I know, anytime Ricky puts TBA on there and starts building it up this far in advance, something good's fixing to happen.
There you go.
I don't know what's happening. He hadn't told me yet. He usually tells me when he brings me this piece of paper and says, you need to sign this contract for this guy. And that's usually when I find out who it is. So, you know, but he just continues, brings in good stuff down there. And so that's going great down there. And we appreciate the help of Baxter Healthcare and the A&P Commission. And there's a few other sponsors that have gotten in on it as well, you know, with Ricky's encouragement. So
I know you've got to leave a little bit early this morning. Is there anything else you'd like to get out?
There's not. I just you mentioned Hickory Street. We're real close to being actually off of Hickory, probably within another week to 10 days, and get all the cold patches back on. And then next year, that whole street, Hickory, Dyer, that whole area down there, getting overlaid. It's already approved in the state aid. We will still be working some on 7th. Circle Drive, that area from City Hall back towards the police station and VFW. So we still got some more work to do in that downtown area, but we're within probably 100 yards of being completely off Hickory Street and being able to get out of people's way down there.
I think it's kind of important to remind folks that Mountain Home in Baxter County as a whole, we are still under a burn ban.
We are.
Don't
We're
be
all
out
still
there.
Don't be doing that, and I'm glad to see that we are still under it. You know, we got a good rain this weekend, but look how hot and humid it is and what the forecast is. Hopefully, I think I saw the forecast. There's some stuff in there for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday,
a little
Sunday.
bit. Not a whole
maybe
lot.
we get a good one this weekend, like we did last weekend. Maybe that could change.
Get that lifted up.
Yeah.
We're not going to see you at the Bomber Steak Dinner and Auction on Saturday, but we'll see you at Bomber Fest in about a week and a half.
Yeah, and for those putting that thing on Saturday night, I believe the Gridiron Club, the steak deal, you got, you know, to see what Coach Airy and those people involved in that football are doing, involved in the community, you know, that it's great to see that he's got the kids out working. The boys are going to benefit from this, out helping sell tickets and delivering tickets and stuff. But to see that community come out and support those boys and girls that are out there on Friday night, you know, but we need to keep in mind it's not just this weekend. We need to be out there on those Friday nights.
You bet.
When they're here playing at home, and sit in the stands, and where you care anything about football or not, sit there and talk to your neighbor or something. Enjoy the evening.
Fill the seat.
Yeah, fill the seats, because that means a lot to those folks that are out there on that field.
Yeah. You said earlier, not all these kids that are playing youth sports are going to make it onto college or the next level, so this is their highlight. From 7th grade to 12th grade, this is their highlight.
And, you know, the entire athletic department, with the support of the Mountain Home school system, has done a great job with all this. And I know there's a lot of volunteers work on this still Saturday night. It takes those, just like Saturday night for the rag ball game.
Yeah.
You can't do it without help, and there's a lot of people do that here.
You bet. Well, sir, we're going to let you run off.
All right.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll
all.
see you next month for
time.
sure, but I'll see you before then.
Okay.
You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We had to do things a little bit different this morning because the mayor had to leave a little bit early, so we didn't talk about community events and a little bit of community news after the weather. So we want to do that now, and with me is Mr. Bob Zador of the Z Team, Century 21 Realty here at Mountain Home. A couple of things that we got coming up. What's going on right now, Bob, is the A+ for Education is promoting the millage increase for the high school.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been on any of those
I'm going today.
tours. You're
Scott,
going today?
Yeah, Scott Reynolds called me and said that Jake had called him and wanted to know if we wanted to come together, and I'm in.
Yeah, it's just, if you've not been in that school in the last 15 years, you need to go check that out, because what they're talking about doing is a total renovation, pretty much a rebuild, right, Scooter?
Yes.
Of the whole school, of the whole high school. That school was built in the late 60s. I graduated from there in the late 70s. In the 80s, they did a remodel, a refab. They put a roof over in the 90s, and you cannot put any more Band-Aids on this thing.
I thought Mickey was interesting yesterday when he was talking about it, coming here from Gainesville and to play basketball in the gym, and the kids outside ice skating to get to their lockers and things like that, and how things have changed. But having the circus tent that's on there now just isn't quite enough to keep things moving.
And wait till you take the tour tonight,
Yeah.
this afternoon, or whenever you're doing it. Wait till you see what that circus tent covers.
Yeah.
It's just a shambles.
Yeah, I've had a chance to get up there and walk. I mean, you'd be amazed. You wouldn't think that it's built like that, but yeah, it needs a lot of work.
Well,
Not only
at
is
the
it
time, I'm sure it was a big deal.
It was the best they could do with the funds they
passed.
had.
Right.
And at the time. And it's just a waste of space. It's a waste of technology. And when we've had some teachers in here and they're talking about waiting 10 or 15 minutes in line to use the restroom.
Yeah, that's not good.
That just don't work.
No.
It just does not work.
No. Not including the plumbing issues that they're having now, and they're having to punch holes in the walls to try to get to plumbing lines, and it needs to be repaired. I've actually got a picture that shows a little bit of some of the plumbing stuff that they had.
So this circus tent that Bob mentioned a moment ago on the left-hand upper corner, that is the circus tent that he's talking about. That is the roof over that they did in the 90s, or 80s, 90s, and it just doesn't happen. I mean, it just doesn't fix the problem.
No.
When you have a snowstorm and in the old gym you've got kids that are dunking the ball that have no business in dunking the ball, and it's not because they lowered the net, it's because the roof was dropped so much because of the way of the snow.
Sagging.
Kids were able to dunk the ball.
Yeah.
Sagging. That's not a good thing.
That's definitely not a good plan. You know, and people say, well, it's going to cost me a lot of money on my taxes. It's going to hurt. You're looking at, let's say, a $200,000 home. The tax increase is about $90.
Right.
For the year.
For the year, not a month. It's for the year. And that's one dinner out a year.
Now, keep in mind also, it doesn't affect, if you're over 65, you're locked in. This will not change.
No.
That's
the millage,
not right.
That's not right. The
millage
increase will affect it. Your taxes with the base amount you're paying doesn't change, because there were a lot of people got reassessed this year.
Oh, okay.
Their assessment went up. Their tax dollars stayed the same.
Right. So their base
Two different
stayed
things.
the same.
Yeah, I get you.
But a millage increase does affect it.
Right.
Okay.
But if your tax rate if your base stayed the same, you're going to pay this increase on the base that it was.
Right.
You're not going to pay it on the increase. So you're looking at a $90 investment in the students of Mountain Home School District.
And not just the
over
students.
A year
it's
time.
the quality of life that we talk about all
Sure.
the time. It affects everything. It doesn't just affect the kids that are in school now, because that's a constant turnover. It affects the people that live here. It affects the people that want to come here. Doctors want to come here. The first thing the wife checks on, what are the schools like? That's the first thing they want to know, and obviously. It affects so many things. It affects the employers here. It affects everything we do.
Yeah.
So you can say, well, I don't have kids in school, and I don't want to get involved in that. But you're involved in the process anyway.
Right. And someday you're going to want to sell that home.
Exactly.
And if we don't have a good education base here,
exactly, Bob,
we're not going to be able to attract new people.
Right.
I've always said this from day one, the first time I was invited to one of those meetings, this is a need, not a want.
Yeah.
And it's a need. We've got things that are farmed out. The robotics team is farmed out somewhere else to do their practices. Different groups have to go to different locations off campus just to get their stuff done.
Yeah.
And it's not always about sports. But I've said this 1,000 times, and Scooter's heard it for the last 20 years. Things that happen in the school keep those kids going.
Oh, yeah.
And the sporting events and the extracurricular things that they've got, the FFAs, the FCAs, the FBLAs, those little clubs within that school are what keep some of them kids interested enough to keep going back.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know?
And kids that don't know what their niche is. They know that they're never going to be an athlete. They're not going to play soccer, football, whatever it is. But they know that they want to do something. And if it ends up to be the chess club, the French club, there's so many different options that these extracurriculars bring that are so important. And that's got a lot to do with this as well. They'll be able to perform better. The school will be able to provide better for them.
Mm-hmm.
And the teachers will be able to provide better as well. And this school security is one of the issues that comes up all the time now. and there's like 34 doors, I think, right now.
Right.
That's going to be cut appreciably, and that'll help as well.
There's been some things on social media about, I don't like all the glass that's in the new proposed. What's that? The new proposed building has too much glass, and it's not going to be safe for the students. And this is the only plan that they're bringing out to the people. This has been going on for 12 to 18 months. This is not an overnight thing.
No.
This has been talked about for well over a year, and people, what they're seeing now is what has been compiled by all the SROs of the school district. The contractors have got together, the teachers, the administration.
The students.
The students themselves have
Yeah.
come out and said, we would, if we have a choice, we would like to see a little more of this, 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 and this. All that stuff was taken into consideration when these plans were drawn up. So the argument that it's not safe for the kids, you know, they're talking bulletproof glass, they're talking limited number of entrances and exits. Some will be exit only. You know, it's all controlled. Things that people don't know they shouldn't talk about.
But you started with on social media.
So that was my point.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That was my point.
Right out. Okay.
You know, that was my point.
Well, brother,
if you have a
preaching to the
question,
choir.
if you have a question about this, go to A Plus for Education, all spelled out, on Facebook. Go to their website, aplusforeducation.com. Call central office.
Yeah, just call Jake. I mean, he'll.
Trust me, safety was a big concern when they were looking at putting these ideas together.
Of course it was.
Absolutely. You know, arguments about preschools and all that. They're trying to wipe out the private preschools. No, they're not. They're trying to give an alternative to folks that can't afford those private preschools.
Yeah.
I've got grandchildren, ages 2 years old to 10 years old. And daycare for working parents is astronomical and crazy these days.
It really is. Even finding it, let alone
So,
paying for it.
my plea to you this morning is, if you have not been on one of these tours, call central office, see when the next one's going to be. Get in line to go with them. You'll be amazed on what you're going to see, and it's absolutely a need, not a want. And that's really all I want to say about A Plus for Education.
It's the truth.
Roll it on out. There's another event coming up. Another event that's coming up on Saturday, August the 6th, is the Mountain Home Gridiron Club Steak Dinner and Auction. The steak dinner will start at 6 o'clock. It's at the shed at ASU Mountain Home. Another great group that was formed 3 years ago. This will be their third annual steak dinner and auction. And this is the fundraising arm for the football program, not just the high school program. It takes care of 7th through 12th. They raise funds through this Gridiron Club steak dinner and auction, which will be held Saturday night. And 108 items gathered up for this auction.
Excellent. Excellent.
A Bad Boy lawnmower was given by Clay Maxey Motors.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It'll be a live auction item. There's been a kayak, Pit Boss grill that I can think of, a paddleboard, inflatable paddleboard.
Yep.
Michael Porting over at Lakeview Auto Sales donated that. A bunch of good items that are on the list. There'll be silent auction items on tables spread out. You can go through and put your name down, bid on them that way. There'll be a handful of live auction items that will be offered up. Every bit of that money, every dollar of that money will go directly toward the football program here in Mountain Home, 7th grade through 12th grade.
That's excellent. They do a great job.
Pretty good thing. Also Saturday night will be Music on the Square Yaleville version.
Yes, sir.
Your team is sponsoring that.
We are. We're one of the sponsors, and Burning Daylight is the featured entertainment. We're going to have we'll be there. We'll be set up. Stop by, say hi, say, hey, I see you on TV. And
with the other Bob.
With the other Bob. That's right.
2 Bobs and a scooter.
It doesn't roll quite the way you want it to.
That sounds like one of them shows, those TV reality shows. 2 Bobs and a scooter. Let's watch it.
At least it wasn't 2 Bobs on a scooter.
Yeah.
It's true. But we're going to be there and try to support the community.
What time does that start?
They start at about 6:37.
Okay. It runs till
10-ish.
9:30, 10?
9:30, 10.
Food
They do a
trucks?
drawing. There's always food out there. There's other vendors that go out there. Kind of depends on if they're at other events during the day and if they can come. The weather's going to be, it's not supposed to be raining at night, maybe a little warm. It's okay. We'll survive. We'll have a good time. There's always big drawings at halftime, intermission.
Halftime.
Well, it's halftime. I always use that. For intermissions, there'll be drawings, and there's a bunch of giveaways for that, and they have like bubbles for the kids and stuff like that. It's when we bring people down, that's one of the places that we always take them to, is the music on the square. No matter who the band is, whatever it is, it's just the event, and see that small town America that they forgot exists. You know, people in the cities don't realize that there really is this flyover country that we're in.
Yeah.
There's real people here.
Yeah. We're not Mayberry, but we're as close as we can get.
Yeah.
Think about it, though. When you get into a town the size of Yaleville, everybody knows everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and when you have a big gathering like Music on the Square, like you're going to sponsor on Saturday night, it's old home week.
Yeah.
Right?
And every week is a little different.
Right.
You know, that's the other part of it.
Yeah. The next event that we've got coming up is August the 7th on Sunday at 6 o'clock at the Table Community Church at 684 Green Valley Drive here in Mountain Home. It's a back-to-school party. It's open to all ages, friends, family, parents. Bring your children, bring your grandchildren. They'll have water inflatables, games, food, snow cones, and more. They'll be giving away a lot of great prizes, gas cards, gaming systems. They said something about an Oculus and an Xbox. And
Yep.
sound like it's going to be pretty good. You can RSVP through Facebook on their event, on their page. Enter there. You can win a chance to win a $100 gas card. This is not a recruiting. It's not a revival. It's just a back-to-school party with the hopes that some of these kids that have just moved into the area will meet some kids that they will recognize in the hallway when they get to school.
There you go. Perfect. And that's what they need. I mean, there are so many new people that move in. And the kids will be starting school, and there's going to be that, where do I go? Who are you? Who do I ask? Type thing.
You
that
feel
these kids
so
go
out of
through.
place
Oh,
when
yeah.
you move into a new town. I'll never forget my second day in 7th grade in Mountain Home Junior High School back then. My second day, I was walking through the gym, and some 9th graders sailed the basketball through the gym, nailed me right in the face, busted my glasses in half, and that's how I started my 7th grade year.
There you go. We moved in 7th grade as well. We had lived in one neighborhood, and we had to move, and we moved to another and going to the new school. I mean, by the time they're in 7th grade, they're all pretty well established as far as, and to walk in there cold, tough. Tough.
So we appreciate the Table Community Church at 684
Yes,
Green
indeed.
Valley Drive for putting on this event. The back-to-school party that they're doing, like I said, it's not a revival. They're not trying to get you to join their church. They're just wanting to have an opportunity.
Just providing the space.
For kids to meet kids, have a good time, eat a hot dog, have a hamburger, drink some sodas with them, play some games, meet somebody new that you may not know, and look for a face. If you're new to our area, look for a face that you'll recognize when you're walking through the hallways. Make a new friend.
And if you see a face that you haven't seen before, go up and say, hey.
Yeah.
You know?
So look, I'm so-and-so. I just moved here. I don't know anybody.
Yeah. Or, I lived here all my life. You look like a new guy.
That's right.
Let me take you under my wing.
You're the newbie.
Let me show you how this works.
How about making sure the first day of school you sit down and have lunch with me?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's more important, actually.
It's a dangerous time for these youngsters. You lose a lot of them when they first get into it, especially into the middle school and the grade school, upper grade school levels. But it's going to be a good time. The Table Community Church, 684 Green Valley Drive here in Mountain Home. Go check them out. And what else we got, Scooter? We got another 20 seconds. Anything else?
No, just get out and vote.
Get down to vote.
It's deep.
Early voting is going on right now. The re-election is going to be next Tuesday. Vote yes for education. A+ for education is their website. Go check it out. Don't go blind. Don't go off hearsay. Just go there and vote. Go check out the school. Talk to a school board member. Get a hold of Lisa House at
It's
Connecticut.
up over at Connecticut.
She'll talk to you.
Yep.
And visit with you about it.
And all you gotta do is look at your tax bill, and it'll tell you whether or not you can vote. If it says Mountain Home School District,
you can vote.
Go vote.
Yep. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. I think that filled that time okay.